What's up, y'all? It's your boy Goggles. So, hearing some trade talks and some rumors in the NBA, especially through the East, 76ers and the Celtics. Celtics giving the 76ers the number one pick in the draft. And the 76ers are probably going to get Markelle Fultz, which I believe is a great asset. Between him and Lonzo, I'm waiting to see what they can do in the NBA as of now, though. But from watching Markelle, Markelle is a great scorer. He reminds me of how Damian Lillard came in, didn't play for a great team, but he showed off his talents, and he played great, and he was the leading scorer just like Damian Lillard. I don't know exactly how he'll do in the NBA. I'm sure he'll do fine, especially with the 76ers. They have a great young group, with Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons. Hopefully he can, the one thing I see with him is basically his jump shot. I feel like everything else will come into play, but his jump shot, he's got to do better with that. But Joel Embiid is he's going to be a great center one day in the NBA. He's doing great already. It's terrible he got hurt, but right before the NBA All-Star season, and that made his chances. Diminished his chances of making to the in the All-Star weekend. But the 76ers, the group they have right now is young, developing. They're doing good, So I feel like they can make a run. They can make a run, later on when they mature and develop themselves. And the Celtics, they got the number 3 pick, and they're trying to trade for Jimmy Butler. And then on top of that, getting Gordon Hayward, that right there would be great for the Celtics, to challenge the Cavaliers in order to beat them in the conference finals, get into the NBA finals. Gordon Hayward, a great scorer. He's not the best defensive player, but he's not just a terrible defender. And then you got Jimmy Butler, who is a defender, and he's like Avery Bradley. I don't think he can shoot threes as well as Avery Bradley, but as far as defense, and he can score on his own. He's Avery Bradley. When the Celtics, Isaiah Thomas was down and he was hurt in the Eastern Conference Finals, and they had to rely on Marcus Smart that one game. And I feel like Avery Bradley had to be a big part of it. Marcus Smart, Avery Bradley, and Al Horford. But Avery Bradley, he just doesn't have that talent just to score on his own. And it's not saying that he can't play. It's just that he's not one of those players that can just go out there and make their own shot. But I feel like Jimmy Butler would add on to help Isaiah Thomas, especially in Gordon Hayward as well. Even if they got either one of Gordon Hayward, especially because Gordon Hayward is a scorer mainly. But Jimmy Butler would add that he could play defense, but not only that, he can actually create his own shot as well. That's one of the things Avery Bradley can't do, is create his own shot. You add Jimmy Butler to Gordon Hayward and Isaiah Thomas, you got 3 scorers right there. That was 3 people. You got 2 scorers and one one person that's capable of scoring. He might not be the best scorer, but when he has to put the ball on the floor and go out there and make a shot, create a shot for you, he can do it. He did it with the Bulls. That he was one of the primary scorers, so he's a very capable scorer. And then you got Paul George, either going to the Lakers or the Cavaliers. Best thing, I don't know the best thing for him to do, but if he wants to win a ring, I would say you gotta go play with LeBron. You got to, and then because that not only does that give you the chance to win a ring, but it helps you, it improves that team depending on who they lose and who they gain to beat the Golden State Warriors. When they since they acquired Kevin Durant and won the NBA championship, Paul George would be a great would contribute great to that team, because in my opinion, you got Stephen Curry, Kyrie Irving. Them two are just those two cancel each other out, like Charles Barkley said before the finals. Then you got Klay Thompson and Paul George. Klay Thompson, he's not better than Paul George. He's not better than Paul George. I don't care if he scored 60 points in the quarter by himself. Most of those threes came off of catch and shoot threes. So I feel like Paul George can put it on the floor way better than Klay Thompson. I'm sure Klay Thompson can defend him, as best as. If you can defend Kyrie Irving, I don't know what else. If you can defend Kyrie Irving, bro, that's so much on you. It don't make no sense. Kyrie Irving just give you bucket after bucket after bucket. Now Paul George can do the same, but I've never seen somebody be able to score the ball as well as Kyrie Irving does, and especially taking tough shots. And Paul George, he can make tough shots too as well. But in my opinion, Klay Thompson and Paul George, I feel like Paul George has the upper hand, not by just a big margin, but by a little margin. As far as that getting putting the ball on the floor and scoring, that's the main thing it is, and athleticism. But then you got Kevin Durant, LeBron James, the best player in the world versus the second best player in the world. And then and probably the Cavaliers will have to give up Kevin Love in order to get Paul George, which is that takes away Draymond Green, but at the same time that just makes it Kyrie Irving, J.R. Smith, Paul George, and LeBron James, and then Tristan Thompson. And we'll have to wait and see about what's gonna happen with Paul George, and Gordon Hayward and Isaiah Thomas. But the East, it seems like the Celtics are probably the only team right now that can give the Cavs a run for their money. The Washington Wizards, they're not making any. We're not hearing anything about any potential free agency. Acquiring other free agents to come play with them and things like that. So the Celtics, it might be, and the 76ers as well, with the core group they have, and whoever in the future comes to play with them. The 76ers and the Celtics are trying to build up a thing to make themselves relevant in the conversation of playing with the Cavs and beating them and making it to the NBA Finals. And I feel like the Celtics right now, they have the best chance. They need to acquire Gordon Hayward. Have to. It's either one of Jimmy Butler or Gordon Hayward. They have to acquire one of them. I say Gordon Hayward right now because he's a better scorer than Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler, I feel like if you wanted to play with him, he would be great for mainly defense against the Cavs. Especially he's a defensive stopper, one of the best defensive stoppers in the league. But if defense is one of the big things, big problems that the Cavs, the Celtics probably have, which is they do have problems guarding the Cavs. But I feel like they have to be able to score. Isaiah Thomas, as good as he is, he's just not enough to beat the Cavs. You need somebody like Gordon Hayward or another scorer, period, just to go out there and get you some buckets that anybody else can't get you. Because Isaiah Thomas, he's 5'9", and he's a great player. He's gonna have a great legacy, but he's just not enough. He's not. Now, if he was a little bit taller, I would say it would be a little bit enough. Of course they would still need one more person, but with his size being such a big thing, you can double team him and it'd be hard. He had to get the ball away right there. That's your score, taken away right there if they double team him on a pick and roll play. But right now, it's gonna be a great little off season. Cavs, acquiring Paul George maybe, or either him going to the Lakers or him staying with the Indiana Pacers and becoming a free agent in 2018. But as of now, the East is coming up. It seems like hopefully somebody can give LeBron a run for their money. The West, I don't know what to say. It was a bad postseason, mainly because few people got hurt. Kawhi Leonard got hurt. Even if the Warriors were still on, it would have made the series a little bit more interesting. Kawhi Leonard got hurt. Nurkic was hurt in the first series when the Warriors played against the Portland Trail Blazers. Who else? It was just a lot of things that happened for the Warriors to make it, but it's not like those things happen in the finals. Something like Kyrie Irving didn't get hurt in the finals, but the East, I see a lot of things that can happen that can make the East a better because we always know the West has been the stronger of the two conferences. The East is finally coming up. At least another team, to challenge the Cavs. At least that's what they need. Somebody, the Celtics need to score or defensive presence that can challenge the Cavs, that can be able to at least guard or score with them, play defense enough. Because the Bulls against LeBron, not the Bulls, but the Bulls against LeBron. It seems like especially back when he played with D Wade, the Bulls was his main challenge because they just had their defense was just impeccable, and they would just lock them down, or not lock them down, but limit them as much as possible. And Jimmy Butler, he coming from the Bulls, his defense, he prides himself in defense. That's one of his strong aspects, more than scoring, in my opinion. But if that defense is needed, Jimmy Butler is gonna bring it, and he's gonna defend as hard as he can. If you need scoring, you get Gordon Hayward, you need to go out to Gordon Hayward. But hopefully the next few weeks, or this draft, actually 4 days. The draft is Thursday, June 22nd. Let's see. We're gonna see what's gonna happen. But it's your boy Goggles. Y'all make an impact and like. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more videos. I'll catch y'all later.